This is Justice Society of Superheroes 34 by Bill Swindleham. This is the start of... It's not the start of his run, but it is the start of his iteration of the team. He and Lady Sturgis, they came aboard a few issues ago, and they split the team up into two separate titles. And this is the first issue of one of them two books. This one is written by Bill Swindleham, while Lady Sturgis writes the other book. I have got one issue of that, I'll look at it soon. But this two-parter was really fun. Although the cover here, which combines with the second part, it actually features characters who are not on this team. They are in the other book. On this one, Supergirl. She is not in this book. I kind of wish she was, because there are two big logs of dead wood on this team. But that is an improvement over the previous run. Our baddie for this one is Ming the Merciless, the Dr. Fate's enemy. I have reviewed comics with him in before, like Gargoyle Knights. He was a baddie in that. Our lineup is down here, and I'll get our who is on it, but this time I will remember not to bring it any closer to the camera, like I did about 5 minutes ago in my first take, where I learned that these headshots are so small that the camera cannot focus on them very well when I bring it in. So our team is, we have got from left to right, we have got Mr. Terrificals. He is good, I give him a tick. Then we have got the Flask, the one with the funny art. He gets a tick for the art. Green Lanterns, tick. Then it is Flask Girl. I will give her a tick too, but it is a shame that her and Minuteman, they are on different teams. Black Panther next. Not the biggest fan of his, but yeah, I'll give him a tick. Then we have got Spirit of 76. That is a cross from me. He is a pointless character. He has no personality, and there are other characters on or around this team that are better than him. After him, we have Chain Lightning, Black Lightman's daughter, another cross from Son of Nimrod. Not only does this character suck, but she would make much more sense on the other team, since that one is comprised of the younger members, and B, she doesn't belong on either team, since Black Lightman has no actual connection or history to the Justice Society of Superheroes. Then we have got Dr. Fate, ding, that is a tick from me, fantastic to have him back on the team. Captain Mid-Nite, ding, tick, I just wish he would learn how to spell midnight already. And finally, Obsidian Man, who gets a big tick from me, even though he is not in this story once. Looking at the other book and its cast of characters, the two main ones that appear absent from both books, they are Sandman, the Sandy Hawkins one, and the Pratt, the Hyperion version. If you swapped out the two duds on this team with them, this would be close to perfect, really. And throw in Minuteman, cause why not? The Justice Society of Superheroes, they have moved into the Justice League's Ard Mountain base. It seems all superhero teams, they move into that abandoned cave at some point. And one thing that immediately grabbed us was the characterisation and how it was actually charming. This comes after issues where there was like 28 members and none of them really getting anything to do. So this feels not only welcome, but like properly quenching. So we are having quiet moments here with Captain Mid-Nite and Flask Girl. And Ming, he's like observing them in an invisible energy form. He is looking for a body to inhabit. And then Dr. Fates walks in and he decides that Dr. Fates will be his host. I don't know who this Dr. Fates is meant to be, but I kind of like that he is a younger man with brown hair, because it means I can easily self-insert. I think it's meant to be Orc from the Infinite Tears. So the possessed Dr. Fates, he is ganning around with an evil smile on his face, and he surveys and evaluates what will be his opposition. He is a proper dick to just about everyone that he crosses paths with, like Green Lanterns, and then Black Panther and Spirit of 76 and Chain Lightning. But all of the team, they are very quick to notice Dr. Fates' sudden attitude problem and him being an arse. Mr. Terrificals is in a wheelie chair. Apparently he incurred an injury in another story and he has been confined to a wheelie chair for a while. And Mr. Terrificals is the highlight of this issue. Far and away, he is the character who is fun to read every time he is on page. And I love being able to say that because it proves once and for all that I am not racist. You would think that never spouting racist rhetoric or calling for ethnic cleansing, that would prove that I'm not racist. But nah, the rules are that you've got to like Black Legacy characters or you are racist. I was a bit lost with this bit. I think this maybe comes from a previous story or maybe the other book. They have a villain, this young guy here. He has been like held prisoner and he's apparently responsible for whatever's happened with Obsidian Man. Rather than expand on what's going on with the character that I like most on this team, here is a scene between the Justice Society of Superheroes' resident lemons, Chain Lightning and Spirit of 76. You see, Spirit, he has gone and gotten himself a new whip, and it is reet good at making explosions. Mr. Terrificals, he designed it when he was wheelie chair ridden, so the best thing about Spirit of 76 is something that Mr. Terrificals did. You can just have a quick nap during these last 2 pages if you wish. And then we have Mr. Terrificals getting up out of his wheelie chair. And this is a great scene, but it's hard to really do it justice if you didn't read the comic. We then have a funny comedy bit with him and Flask Girl. And it is genuinely funny. Mr. Terrificals, he is the MVP in this story. He is great. So we have the team all together and in costume. They are having a group meeting. And another thing that I love, the team are competent and intelligent. They straight away have all worked out that Dr. Fates isn't Dr. Fates. And that is someone else who has taken control of his body. Like Black Panther here says how they were onto him the moment that he showed up. I love my heroes being like on the ball and not falling for the same hard tricks again and again. And here is a team action shot as we commence the fighting, which there is very little of, because our enemy quickly departs from Dr. Fate's body after a single punch, and he stands revealed as Ming the Merciless, just like I said it was. This is to be continued, which means there is a continuation to come. This is what I would call a strong start to a run. I don't know if the run manages to maintain this level of quality, but this opening two-parter is very good. I'll do part 2 soon and show off the covers side by side. But until then, I give this comic a 7 thumbs up.